I've cracked my 12mm socket. I would have done that with the impact driver. The piston looks undamaged. I can never tell what the GoPro can actually see. The piston head looks undamaged. So I think the ultimate question is going to be, what state are these valves in? And look at that. To me, that looks like a bent exhaust valve. Joys. That would explain our compression problem. That piston does not look in bad shape, and there's no chunks of shit sitting on it. So I need to take this head inside, see what I can do about that exhaust valve. Right, so since I put the camera down last, I've been out shopping. Now, no idea how well we're going to be able to see this on camera, but that exhaust valve is very much bent. So I called Honda in the hopes that they might have had one sitting on the shelf. Unfortunately they didn't, so I had to order one. So that unfortunately is at least another week, probably 2 weeks until I get that part in. I'm going to try and do this as cheaply as possible by only replacing that bent valve. But thanks to the generosity of some incredible channel supporters, I was able to go out and buy some much needed tools. I should have shown you earlier my 12mm socket had been entirely snapped when I torqued it down, when I torqued the timing gear down. So I went out and bought an actual 12mm impact socket, which is what I should have used in the first place. I bought some gasket paper because arguably it would have been cheaper for me just to buy another base gasket from Honda, which cost like 60 cents. Now, I haven't pulled the cylinder off yet, but I need to, just to double check that piston. I'm not going to do that until I've got this sorted out. But when I do, I thought it would be a good opportunity to cut a gasket. Now, I have not cut a paper gasket since I was in mechanics class in high school. And that, I don't even want to discuss how many years ago that was. 2.5 decades. But I bought a magnetic little screw grabber because I'm always dropping things, and that's going to be really handy when it comes to doing this sort of fine work. Lapping tool. Another reason I'm not going any further with this today is because I had to order the valve grinding paste, and that's going to take a couple of days to get in. Bought a new razor blade for cutting that said gasket. Valve compressing tool. Now this one, it was ticketed for $103, but online they had it on clearance for $14. So I got it for $14. Arguably, I could probably compress these springs. Yeah, I can compress them by hand. But at least having a proper valve spring compressor, I'll be able to do this job a little bit better. I am frustrated that I broke it. Everything was working fine until that second rebuild, all because I forgot to tighten down the cam chain guide wheel. That little singular bolt on the side of the cylinder. Because of that, I've got so much more work ahead of me. So when I get all the parts I need, the valve paste and the actual cam, the actual exhaust valve, I'm going to have to learn how to pull this apart and then put it back together again. Now on the plus side, it doesn't look like the piston is damaged. And I'm really gambling on the fact, oh, can you even see that? I'll hold this up to the light. It's bent so badly, it's very clearly light shining through there. So of course I completely forgot what I was saying. The hope is that this actual valve seat isn't damaged, but that's what we've got the valve lapper and the grinding paste coming for. There's not really anything that's going to benefit me to do until I get the right parts. So, because all of this needs to come out and go back together and then hopefully work, I'm going to measure this distance so that when I screw it back in, I've got a reasonable idea. It's going to put me in the same ballpark at least. That is currently sitting at 9.3 millimeters. And it is my hope that when this all goes back together, I'm going to be able to fix it. So after a bit of a sticky beaking around this broken valve, there's really nothing I can do until I get that replacement valve in. Whatever is going on in here is not good. Yeah, there's no point me poking and prodding at it because I do not want to damage this further. If I absolutely have to, I'll just replace the entire head. But of course, that's money I don't want to spend if I don't want to have to. That ends up being like $400 that I don't want to have to spend. So I have to go back and do my homework and see if I can't teach myself how to remove valves, which is something that I prefer two strokes. Two strokes are simple. This business I can live without. Give me a two-stroke any day. So yeah, it'll probably be a couple of weeks until my next update. Because there's literally nothing I can do without the right parts to get it done. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you want to see how it gets on, don't forget to click all the buttons you need to below. I hate saying that, but apparently people need reminding. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below, blah, blah, blah. I hate it, but apparently you people don't do it unless you get told to. Do it. Yeah, I'm bored. I want this fixed. I want to go for a ride. I'm frustrated that I couldn't just put it all together properly. It would have been fine had I just remembered to tighten everything up. This is a teachable moment. We'll see you on the next one.